Welcome to the new episode of We Talk Talent Series Season 5, the show where we bring you insightful conversations with top HR leaders shaping the future of talent management. And today we have a very special guest with us, a seasoned HR professional with over 16 years of experience, Uttam Kumar Sanghi, Head of Talent Acquisition, Elastic Technologies India. Uttam, it's a pleasure to have you on the show.
Thank you. Same here.
So before we dive into the discussion, I would like to give a brief introduction of today's speaker to the viewers. Uttam is an experienced recruiting leader across small, mid to large enterprise organizations across the globe. And he has spearheaded multiple companies to scale from single digit to upwards of three-digit figures in employee strength across the Asia Pacific region, based in Bangalore, India. Currently, Uttam leads the hiring efforts for Elastic Technologies in India as head of talent acquisition function, and grew their business teams across engineering, sales and marketing, technical support, finance, and consulting. So, Uttam, my first question to you is, how is your industry tackling the changes that the workplace has gone through over the past couple of years? If you could share a brief overview with us.
Well, see, the tech industry has been at the forefront of adapting significant changes. In the last couple of years, specifically, if I talk about, there has been digital transformation. There has been investment around the D&I space. There has been investment around flexible working. The working mode for most of the employees and the employers have changed into, remote or hybrid working space, right? So these are the key things which I think are still evolving. And the companies are looking at addressing them and trying to make these shifts which works better for the employees and the employers as well, right? So for example, there are often I hear from people that, about the automation and AI getting rid of some jobs, and, they would probably substitute human workers. In my opinion, I don't think that's true. They will not be able to replicate the emotional intelligence of humans. They will not be able to replicate the creativity. They will not be able to do the problem-solving skills that humans bring to the table, right? Yeah. Yes, as we evolve, as we grow with the new, the generation shifts that we have. So automation and AI will be a part of our lives. I think they will continue to get integrated into our workplace teams. But it's all about that, how we upskill our employees, how we make those transitions and adapt to the new technologies that's coming in. I think that's something which has been going on, and that is something which people are looking forward to. Similarly, there's investment around DEI, right? That the diversity and inclusion. So if you see today, the average workplace is likely about staff members where people are from all age groups. There are millennials, there are Gen X, Gen Y, and then baby boomers as well. So there are people who, there's no age difference as well. Like, people do not really distinguish between, how old you are, right? So it's all about acceptance. It's all about what perspective you bring to the table. How do you solve the problems? How do you achieve the organization to reach their goals? Then there is training that is provided, which falls into, in my opinion, a basket about employee growth in the organization. So there's constant focus in an investment for organizations to invest in an upskilling of their employees. We have shifted, to flexible and remote working environments where people really don't need to go into the office. They can work from the convenience of their home or anywhere for that matter, where it helps them reduce stress, improve work-life balance, and they are, feel more confident to deliver what they need to do. The employees also save costs. They don't have to really go out and managing a physical office space. So that's how I see the changes, happening in the industry today.
Absolutely, that's totally on point. So, in the context of rapidly changing professional landscape and the ongoing evolution of work dynamics, how do you envision the significance of soft skills evolving in the future?
Well, soft skills is not something which is restricted to only one particular profession. I think it's applicable to all professions. It's applicable to everybody, in each one of us, whether it's you or me, right? It's something which continuously evolves, and which is a key differentiator for people in terms of whatever work that you do, right? And again, if you honestly ask me, soft skills is just like these two words, but there are multiple aspects of it, right? There's adaptability, there's flexibility, there's collaboration, communication, how you speak, right? Critical thinking, the cultural aspect of it. I think those are something which are very crucial. If you have to deep dive into all these, if you see communication, it really helps to bridge the gap between two groups, right? You come up with, clearly convey the ideas. It helps you build relationships, which is also very productive for you, right? And
Absolutely.
then that comes with collaboration, right? That you go in together. Creativity, innovation, they all go hand in gloves with each other. And to me, that's how we see, it's evolving as we go up.
Absolutely. So, you already spoke about your DE and I agenda. So, as we explore the imperative of cultivating an inclusive workplace, and particularly in the context of the ever-evolving dynamics in the modern workforce, I'd like to turn your attention to an organization's approach. Like, if you could please shed some more light on your diversity, equity, and inclusion agenda.
Well, it's a very important topic for us as an organization. We constantly track our progress. We look into the metrics that we have. We have leadership commitments, where people across the company, we are aware of, the way we are heading and how we are doing on that, aspect of our hiring. And there is a dedicated team who supports into our initiative globally, who oversees the implementation of these initiatives that we drive.
Mhm.
We, take care into educating our interview panels. We have incorporated this into our talent sourcing, into our recruiting processes. We constantly strive for improving it because we take feedback. It's like a 360 feedback. We take feedback from interviewers, we take feedback from the recruiters, we take feedback from the candidates. We focus, there's somebody who has shared a dedicated feedback, and it's all anonymous that we collect, right? So we try to curate that into our processes that we are doing, and anything that we can change, we can, it's all about to create a positive and including candidate experience. So we try to do that, and I'm proud to say we are, successfully doing that. We are seeing really good results coming out. We report our metrics and data to our leadership team. We look
Mhm.
into it very focused on a quarterly basis.
Okay.
So I think it's a continuous improvement, work in progress, but this is something which we are really proud of.
Yeah, that's really an important point, actually. So now, Uttam, as the Gen Z is entering the workforce and now born into the digital era, they bring forth a set of expectation and preferences uh, that is going to shape the future of workplace. So,
Mhm.
how do you see it, and how do their expectation differ from that of the older generation? What's your take on this?
See, one thing that I really see is the entrepreneurial spirit that Gen Z comes with, right? Something that's, I have always seen that's very important. And then the traditional hierarchy structures, that's not appealing to them at all. So they are probably the generation who are completely into the digital age. They are exposed to those smartphones and the media and internet at a very, very young age,
Mhm.
right? They all care about diversity, the inclusion. They talk about, they're very focused on, if I'm doing something, what's the purpose of it?
Yeah.
Right? It's a very purpose-driven approach. And then the flexibility is a very key thing for them, and what I am getting to learn from it. So that falls under continuous learning. So these are the
Yes.
things which I see keeps Gen Z apart in terms of their predecessors. Plus, what I love about them is also about being transparent, open communication, and very tech savvy. So anything, they all come, like I said, about the entrepreneurial spirit, right? So any problem you think of, any gap that we have, they're there to plug the gap. So I think that's what differs them.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Uttam, you have been in the human resources space for quite a long time. So, what are the prominent challenges that you face in the TA space, and what is your strategy to overcome these challenges?
I think there are a couple of them that I can really call out. One is the unconscious bias, which, comes into the hiring process, which is very unintentional.
Mm.
So I think the strategies that we adopt, and I personally love it, is about implementing training programs, raising awareness about it. It's not that somebody is doing it on purpose. It's just that, people work across the globe. There are people, talking with folks in different region that come from different culture, different background, and different time zones. So I think those are the things that, you need to just keep on talking about it, keep on creating some awareness about it. Then there is about technology integration,
Mm.
right? Every day you have something or the other coming up, and like AI, these are something which are very popular these days. So how do you integrate into your hiring process? How do you integrate into the tools that you use? How do you leverage them for a better experience? Then obviously you have now, like we were talking about, the change in the employees, traditional 9 to 5 job or the office space, that has
Mm.
changed, right? So
Yeah.
the people who look for remote options and people who look for a flexible working environment. So that has given rise to remote hiring and onboarding processes. So
Yeah.
you have to use those tools. You have to adapt to that. You have to incorporate those into your company's process. And how do you leverage those? And then yet you have to be very careful about a good positive candidate experience, because that is something which drives the success, of whatever you are implementing. And again, I'm a big fan of feedback. So continuous feedback, the loop that has to be completed, and it has to see how we can improvise those. So those are the things that really comes in. Again, we have been talking about diversity a lot in this call, so that is something which is closer to my heart. So we keep on implementing new diversity initiatives. Those are the things that we have to keep on doing.
Absolutely. These are important points to consider. Thank you, Uttam, for sharing your valuable perspective with us today. And it's been a pleasure having you on this show. And for our viewers, let's continue to learn and grow together. And don't forget to tune in to the next episode of We Talk Talent series. Have a fantastic day ahead. Thank you.